What? Oh, fuck. Shit. We're, Jeremiah,
What?
how the hell did we get in the booth?
What?
I swear to God, I was I was just at the roulette table.
Are we
What
live?
the hell happened? Oh my
I
God.
told you guys to give me
Oh
a
my God,
warning.
we're on air. Hey. Dude, wake up.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Viva Las Vegas! The 4-Wide Sim League takes it to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for race number 3 in Season 2. Jeremiah, how are you feeling today?
Rough. We had some fun here in Vegas, I think.
What
I
day
don't
is
know.
it?
I don't know. Sunday? I think Sunday.
I thought we did races on Friday.
Well, I think there was a time skip in there for a couple days. I don't really know what was going on. Are those your handcuffs?
Fuck, hang on, dude. Can you?
Yep.
Fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hopefully that you're here, and you're hearing us. I'm so hungover I can barely see straight, but I've heard this race is it's gonna be
I
exciting.
have lost my house, my wife, my kids, and my car in Vegas, but that's not going to stop me from watching these cars in action on the 4-Wide Sim League and the Vegas. What are we thinking today, Jeremiah?
Well, Ricky, I think today's gonna be a good race. I think it's gonna be a lot of exciting changes of pace here. I think we're gonna see some new names come up in the front of the pack here, and I hope to see some good, clean racing as well. I think it's going to be a good one.
The biggest story for this week, of course, being the whole Vegas sphere. I didn't really hear too much about it as my brain was deep into the roulette table. But apparently a handful of 4-Wide drivers, Lola Havana, Atlas Peabody, Waffle, I believe, was there as well, collectively gathered around the sphere in what was called by some an autistic sort of event.
Really?
I don't know how much you heard, Jeremiah, but I heard it was a doozy.
There is a news line, some breaking news that we've heard today in the paper. Apparently that there's a horrible situation going on over by the sphere, and they actually haven't been able to figure out how many individuals were injured and how many were actually killed. Sounds like the police and the SWAT team got involved and everything else. It was quite the spectacle.
Mac Tonight and his PR team making sure everybody knows that he was not in custody, despite showing up with broken handcuffs around his wrists to the track.
Just like we
today.
weren't. We were not in custody. Nope.
We were
Nobody
not.
related to the 4-Wide Simulation League was in custody over the past few
not
days.
My problem.
Nope.
Vegas has gotten the best of a few drivers here today. And, another story, Mac Tonight cheating on Ronald McDonald with Wendy of Wendy's.
You can never trust them. You never can.
Really, I think a couple waters would be good for a lot of us. Liquid IVs, perhaps a banana, But without further ado, why don't we start talking about the qualifying results here at Vegas? Atlas Peabody, after the whole sphere incident, is on the pole today. Fast race car. His teammate, Crandall Bahungaruga, obviously the Auto Club winner last race, is in row 4. Do you think that team is looking to make a repeat of what happened at the Auto Club?
I mean, that race was ridiculous for those two. Team Lambda Racing last race, out there in sunny California, just blew up the racetrack. I mean, it was theirs and nobody else's.
A moment of silence for the issues going on in the Middle East with Palestine and Israel. If we could just take a quick second. The 4-Wide Sim League also reminds everyone to seek the proper resources if anyone is dealing with any sort of grief or pain with that whole conflict. But do not come to us. We don't care. We're here to watch cars on the track.
I love cars turning left.
And not to mention turning left, that's actually funny that you mentioned that, because next race Four wide goes to the Charlotte Roval, which is the
Yeah,
first road course four wide has ever introduced. That's going to be a good one. But for
very
now,
exciting.
we've got Ripper Magoo's. Uh, we've we've got the
I mean,
brothers
the
today.
brothers,
The brothers
absolutely.
qualifying Richard 12th, Dix in 15th. Not too great from them. And when we
No,
heard, remind me, Jeremiah, I think there was some other news that happened last night at around
extremely,
extremely.
extremely exciting stuff.
It was late that this news
But
came out,
late.
but I'll give you the
Really
honors for
interesting.
this one.
Isaac Newton, newcomer to the four wide sim league in the 27 car. You see, he's posted up in row 4 currently. Uh, a new member of Cocklebacher Racing joined the team apparently at 4 o'clock this morning, and the McCocklebutter brothers and Isaac have been just bonding like crazy over the past week. Apparently, they've been gotten caught up a little bit with some interesting use of their stock cars, but I think the entire Cockablocker staff is super excited that Isaac Newton is part of the team. Young Gravity, as his friends say, is a fantastic driver and definitely a good addition to the Cockablocker.
He performed quite well at the Auto Club. Definitely a good addition for the Cocklebacher racing team. It's going to be an interesting one to see for sure how he develops as a
Absolutely.
racer and as a person. Hopefully, Richard and Dick don't rub off on him too much because we know just how problematic the brothers are.
Well, it's Richard and Dick. They can't help but rub off sometimes. Anyways, moving into our Sunoco 7 power rankings here for super speedways. Our top names to look at for tonight here on this super speedway track. Big Chungus in the 22 car. Dick McCocklebutter, of course, in the 84. Chad Ripshit in the 69. David Mahan in the 78. Mac Tonight in the 3. Arthur Deadwood in the 95 and
That
the
guy
00 of
fucking
Waffle.
sucks.
I think we're going to see a few of these 7 show up tonight.
And hopefully we do, as we are just moments away from heading down to the track to begin tonight's festivities, Jeremiah, as drunkenly hungover and just in a poor mental state as I am. I think these cars on the track are going to help me out.
I think so. That's the best part of my week, month, year. I love the 4-wide sim league. Speaking of the 4-wide sim league, actually, hey, can we talk about some of the recent changes that actually happened with the point system?
I thought you were gonna. I don't have my papers in front of me, so
I
they
don't
haven't
either,
even
but
given me my IV yet. Can I get my IV, please? Jesus
can I get a water?
Fuck hell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the point system, rumblings of the management staff here at 4-wide sim league wanting to change up these numbers a little bit because we felt as though that some of the accolades, sort of the extra bonuses that drivers would be getting, such as stage winning or qualifying wins or biggest mover, those types of things. They were weighted so heavily, so they those numbers were reduced a little bit. Their weights were dropped just a slight bit, only by about half. So now those points were retroactively changed for the past 2 races, and the standings got shifted up a little bit. Not too bad. Only the top 16 drivers were really affected. And we see actually the McCocklebutter brothers tied for points at the moment. How about that?
I think it's very on par with the whole Cocklebacher brand. That graphic,
Absolutely,
by
it
the
is.
way, looks phenomenal.
Yes, whoever made that did a fantastic job.
All right, Twitch chat, why don't you drop in right now? Let's get some activity going. Who do you think's gonna take the checkered flag here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway?
What are you thinking, Ricky?
I said in this week's poll, I said Chevrolet. I think Chevrolet is going to run strong here. Of course, coming off the win at the Auto Club, I think Chevys have what it takes to win on these sorts of tracks. With that being said, I think if I were to pick a name out of the crowd, I'll have to go with. I haven't thought of this. If you couldn't already tell, I'd like to hear and see a lot more from the Motor Shorts Motorsports gang. They have gone silent. They are in Chevrolets. I think Potato and Waffle are due for a good day today.
I would love to see a Toyota win today.
That
I
would
think
be the
that'd be
first
fun.
win. The first win for Toyota in the 4-wide sim league. So who's your pick?
Oof.
Of course, the
You know
4-wide
what?
field is dominated by Toyotas by I think
It
it's
is.
2 cars over
Yeah.
over everyone else.
I'm just gonna say Isaac Newton, Young Gravity in the 27. If I had to
He
guess, and we know I've not been proven to be a
a
betting
betting
man,
man, no, of
but if I
course.
were Isaac Newton, I'm also thinking maybe Ghazaoui today. I think he's gonna make some noise out there on the
Muhammad
track.
Ghazaoui is,
Yes.
of course, winless in the 4-wide sim league, looking for him to turn it around. As this moment in time is brought to you by Roblox. Roblox, you can hop on and beat some kids in basketball, and they will get mad at you for being 22 years old.
You ever play Roblox basketball, Ricky?
Some would say too much. Some would say
Mm.
too much.
Well, it's a hobby, right? Not an obsession.
It is just hitting 8 o'clock p.m. here at Las Vegas, despite the fact that the track is going to be sunny and lit. I'm ready to go. How about you, Jeremiah?
Oh, I'm ready. I've been ready for this.
Alrighty, folks. Sit back, strap in. I hope everyone has an alcoholic beverage and perhaps some poker chips in front of them because it is about to get real. Ladies and gentlemen, the race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Sin City, Las Vegas Motor Speedway for race number 3 of the 4-wide sim league. I am Ricky Who's-A-What sits alongside Jeremiah Muffin. We are in for another doozy of a race. Jeremiah, welcome.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This one's going to be a good one. We've got a fantastic race here. We've got a great track, great field today. I think everybody's going to race well.
Of course, Las Vegas being the place of action. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You know that Jeremiah and I both got into some tricky stuff a few nights ago. We are on the path to recovery here as I have lost almost all my assets trying to maintain my streak at the roulette table. Of course, I lost just about everything. I'm ready for a good race today.
Well, you know what they say about gambling, right? You always stop before you hit it big.
Are you telling me I'm going back after this?
I think we need somewhere to go after this. Yeah,
I think that roulette table is calling me a little bit louder than the hookers that I got last night are. However, in the meantime, let's get down to the track because we have cars that are going to go really fast. We have cars that are going to do amazing things today. I'm ready to go. This track is amazing. Looks great. Beautiful weather today. And here we go. Qualifying results one more time. Who are we looking at once more?
Well, I think S&B Racing also is going to make some headway today. We've got Charles Norris in the 7 car right there in row 1. His teammate is where?
That's a great question.
Oh,
I have
row
not
9,
been looking.
the 72,
I have been
row 9.
sipping on my liquid IV.
I'm thinking S&B Racing is going to also make some noise today.
As we head down the track, 67 laps today, a little bit longer than we're used to.
Oof. Nice.
It's going to be a good one today for sure, as the pole sitter Atlas Peabody is going to lead the field around for the inaugural pace lap here. And next to him, of course, Charles Norris in that 7 car.
They're giving me advertisement cards. This is just racist. What? Are you seeing this?
I think you have to say it.
I don't.
They're paying.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay.
Okay. It's just because we're hungover. They think that they can just get away with it.
What? Yeah, we're not going to have to... Okay. As that pace car is heading into turn 3 now, Atlas Peabody, who had an excellent race last race at the Auto Club, he's going to see if he can get the jump on the 7 of Charles Norris.
Some strife within the Lambda Racing team itself with that whole stage win situation.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens here. That pace car is going to make that hard left turn onto pit road. And ladies and gentlemen, ready or not, here we come. Green flag at Las Vegas.
Well, let's see here if these cars actually group up, if we get some good, clean racing and get the lines going. But it already looks like AP Body and the 5 of Buckaloo. Wow.
That is
Buckaloo.
A name we have not talked about thus far in this season, and he's going to go for the lead.
Great jump for him. Yeah, absolutely.
He has
right
not
him, of course, the 75 of Andy Tate.
Done much with that 5 car, and he's going to lead the first lap here at Vegas.
Well, some good news for Bateman Motorsports there. We haven't seen much of the 5 car this season. So
no, I think it's about time that Bateman receives some good news, as that 5 is going to battle the 75 for the race lead into turn number 3. 75's holding strong. And of course,
the 2, of course, with that still spray painted
hang
sponsorship.
On. Can I get a better look? Yep. I don't think that's going to change, to be honest with you.
Wow. That's kind of impressive. I respect them for sticking with it.
Lambda Racing getting their licks in yet again. I think if Crandall even leads 1 lap of this race, I might go berserk.
Crandall, of course, jumped up 13 spots in the standings due to the previous race. His performance was absolutely tremendous.
And it is important to know that it has only been 2 races, so jumps like that they are gonna be pretty common as we start to settle into the second season of the 4-Wide Sim League. Here comes Andy Tate in the 75 as the field starts to fan out a little bit here. And Atlas Peabody, of course, and there they are. I mean, I really don't know what more I can say about these guys.
Well, you didn't think they'd go anywhere, did you? Here they are, right up in the front. 44 of Nelson Cox, of course, just behind them.
It's like winners are just going to continue to win here, as the 75 is going to lead a good amount of laps. There's the 5 going to the inside. Can he stick with turn 3? It looks like he's going to. More laps
Charles
led.
Norris fell off a little bit there, but you see him right behind the 27 of Isaac Newton.
That's the name you said earlier.
Absolutely.
Isaac Newton, who has been nothing but excited to have joined the 4-Wide Sim League when he did. It would be interesting to see where he would have placed at Daytona, because he has been driving that 27 machine like a boss.
Absolutely.
Have not seen much of the McCockle Butter brothers thus far.
They might be a little bit hungover still, too.
Dick and Richard are a little bit back there, as Crandall Barhungaruga is going to challenge Buckaloo and Tate for the lead. We are 6 laps in to this one.
Yeah, you definitely see the packs start to separate here. Got a big group up front. Totally separated from the second group there.
Sorry, I'm being handed a piece of paper. I am now a single man. My wife has just filed for divorce.
Congratulations.
Probably on account of the fact that I have lost our mortgage at the roulette table last night. You know what we haven't talked about yet, which we probably should have, is this is the second 4-wide race at Las Vegas. Last year, of course, we came here and we saw David Mahan take his first win as a member of the 4-wide Sim League. That was monumental for him, because he kind of carried that momentum all the way through Season 2 and eventually picked up that championship. And I don't even see him at all.
I was just going to say, a name we really
race.
haven't heard all that much this season.
It's going to go 3 wide in the back here with Nelson Cox and Isaac into the 17 as he's going to flip.
Oh my!
Spinning is into the 1, into the 29, the 99 involved as well. The 48 just barely squeaks by.
Someone stop him from spinning.
The 17 spinning like the roulette table did last night. That's going to be the first 4-wide caution here at Las Vegas with just 10 laps in. Buckaloo's going to lead the field.
Oh, man.
Not hearing anything from the radio of Atlas Peabody thus far, as the first 4-wide caution of the day brought to you by Celsius. Get your heart rate up. Here we go. 3 wide, Isaac Newton. Oh! Ooh, right into the catch fence. And he just does not stop spinning as he collects more cars, 2 of which were Quandale Dingler Racing cars, and almost collects the 3rd.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, wow.
Here's the view from the 44th Cox. Just kind of goes 3 wide into the corner. Gets clips the 27 into the 17. Goodness me. That's going to end the day for the 44 Daytona champion Nelson Cox. Here's the view from the 27. Oh.
Brutal.
Not bad initially contact-wise for the 27. It looks like he's going to survive this for the most part. But I have a sense that something's coming his way, as he's going to try and complete the lap, and he's going to... Oh!
Oof.
Not paying attention at all as he goes right into the 99. Maybe too many Ripper Magoos for Isaac last night. Here's a view from the 99 of Dingle. Junior, that is. See the smoke. You can see Atlas spinning like a fucking top. Oh. Just gets collected there. Isaac definitely not paying too much attention. Is Thomas involved as well? That's going to end the day for him as we get one more look at this.
Well, you just hope if you're involved in something like this, you just want your car to be able to finish the race. We do get points this season for DNFs, of course. You don't want to be the first one to DNF, but you don't want to DNF at all. But you do get points. It is obviously more beneficial to you if you are able to finish the race.
And speaking of finishing, gentlemen, if you're having trouble finishing in bed, Hims chewable tablets might be for you. Check out www.hims.com if you have problems with your penis. Pit road is
you
open.
Ever use one of those?
Yeah, I
use them all the time.
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
I do have some issues, of course, with that, but not really at the time to talk about it on air. As pit road is open for the first time here at Vegas.
Nope.
You can see the DNF
17.
and yep. 27.
Lots of these cars being removed from the field here.
As the race off of pit road, we're going to have to see who comes off first here. It looks like the 2 of Vinnie Jim Pertins is going to beat the 7 off, and Craps McGee is going to have a good pit stop as well, coming off P4.
I'm sorry, the 2 is going to what?
He beat the 7 off pit road.
Can I get a recording of that later?
It is. We got it.
All right. Sweet.
Trouble for a lot of these guys. However, a couple of good pit stops there.
Yeah. Ricky, I have to erase my little whiteboard here. It says number of races without accidents. It was at 1.
That's going to go right back down to 0.
Right back to 0.
Vinnie Jim Pertins leading the field now, as he still says Marvel on the side of his car.
Yeah.
We might have to try and talk to him at some point.
Vin Jimps, he DNF'd in the first race of the season, actually. So last race was the first race that he completed. He finished in the top 10, actually. So, we'll see how he does this race.
So he's going to lead the field. Green flag is going to be back in the air in moments here at Vegas. And here we go. Let's see. The jump from the 2 car is going to be negated by the jump of the 7 car. An excellent restart from the 7 of Charles Norris, as he has collected a few fast lap bonus points last week at the Auto Club. He's definitely got a fast car, and he's going to continue to use it here at Vegas. 74 of Craps McGee is there as well. That's a name that you like to hear, see, do, what?
All of them. He performed fantastic in the first race of the season here, but kind of fell off for race 2. So dropped a whole number of spots. He dropped about 9 in the standings. So Craps McGee, hopefully he can keep it up this season.
Continues to. Whoa, the 49. The 49 is around. Oh my gosh.
Oof.
More carnage at Vegas. The 22 is involved. The 64.
Bits and pieces flying everywhere over the track.
Mac Tonight involved. What happened there?
Wow.
I saw the 49 get sideways. I wasn't too sure if he was going to be able to save it or not. We have 2 cautions just 15 laps into this race. Do you think these guys are still drunk from last night? I'm just...
Well, certainly seems like it, Ricky. This doesn't look like the kind of racing we had last week, so...
Let's see if we can get a view on what happened here. Second 4-wide caution of the day. Take it away, Jeremiah.
Well, all right, this is the view from the 5 of Buckler here. I can't even tell as he's just tapping the quarter panel there. The 49 spins him out, and he just keeps on driving like nobody's business. He just... Was that a dirty move?
Oh my gosh! You know, it might have been. The 64 gets a bad rep because he's going to spin.
Takes a tumble. Everybody's involved in the back of the field here.
He spun him right into traffic.
Yeah.
Here's the view from Julius Pringle. Oh, nowhere to go. And then, up and around he goes.
That on the left side.
It's like when you get your hand stuck in the Pringles can.
It was like me last night getting stuck in the Pringles can.
The 22
anyways.
tries to get through like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose. But he can't do it. 22 is involved. Here's the 95. Slip your hand in my tube. That is, well, I don't know about that. Here we go. 95 is going to just enough to get him over. And he's going to survive.
Go for a roll there, Pringles.
Rolling like the loaded dice in my mortgage claiming game last night.
Oof.
Oh, Mac tonight's going to get
pooted there.
Pooted.
He got pooted there.
He got booted there, yeah. Look at the fucking backside of that car. Looks like my the face of the hooker I got last night.
Carnage
after I beat
in
the
Vegas
shit
right
out of
now.
Second 4-wide caution of the day. More members of this field are going to DNF after this one. We're going to have to see who survives and who does not.
Is there going to be anybody left in this fucking race?
Who knows? Pit road's open. Looks like the majority of drivers are going to come down. And we have a few staying out. We're going to have to see when they come closer to see who exactly it is. But actually a good amount of the field staying out here. What are we thinking strategy-wise? You think we want to pit as much as we can here?
Well, it's a bit of a longer race, so I'd say it'd be fine to get to get a couple of early pit stops in. I don't see the problem with that. Nope.
Of course, this pit stop is brought to you by the Minecraft Mob Vote. 4Wide wants to congratulate the Armadillo on becoming the next Minecraft mob to join the game. I'm looking forward to protecting my dog.
You play Minecraft?
I do, yeah. I do play
Ricky,
Minecraft.
I didn't take you as a Minecraft guy.
Yeah, I think I have the autism in my brain enough to enjoy a game like that.
You like the blocks and the squares.
A lot of you guys know me as one who does stupid things and makes stupid things often. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm a big crafter. I'm a big miner. I like miners. You know.
You've been tested. What?
Huh?
You've been tested for the autism there?
No, haven't been tested. But I think the signs are showing. My wife has left me. She has taken the kids. And the 74 of Craps McGee's going to roll off pit road first. Hopefully he can lead a few laps here. He has not really done too much. Why are people... What? Am I saying something bad?
Nope.
Jesus Christ. 84 of Dick McCocklebutter. Look at him. Currently P3.
Ricky, I'm being handed a note here. I have some bad news.
What is
90% of the field today actually failed pre-race drug testings? Ooh. We're going to have to take a look at that post-race.
As we have some trouble in the back. Do you see that?
Yeah,
a few drivers do not get their cars going. Interesting. Damage alcohol? I'm not very sure. A few cars having some trouble getting going as we are once again green in Vegas. We go 3 wide for the lead.
We've got Dick McCocklebutter up here with Craps McGee. Buckaloo drops back for just a moment, and now we see these two lines here. The inside led by, of course, the McCocklebutter 84 car. The top there getting dropped a little bit, but
Waffle gonna try leading some laps at Vegas. He was also involved with the whole Sphere incident. Hopefully he's not too trans, as the 84 just ripped that outside corner. I don't know if you saw that.
wow.
But he
Yeah.
gassed it up, as he's going to take a pretty sizable lead here. Do you think this is going to turn into one of those Auto Club leads?
I don't think so. I would love to see it, but you know, at the same time, I would not like to see it. We want some action up here in the front. I think they're going to deliver here. I think they just need to work together a little bit. We're kind of seeing that the 84 car is off on its own, but nobody's really pushing each other in the back of the field there.
No, they are not. The 74 of Craps McGee is trying to catch up, but he is just having some trouble doing so. 84 is going to lead another lap.
Well, just as I thought they were going to line up a little bit. Go single file for a moment. They don't.
He's Buckaloo to the inside. You can see how much the field has shrunk from these first couple of accidents. As the 5 is going to try and make a pass on the 74.
Dick McCocklebutter, the winner of Daytona in Season 1. He's currently one of the few here in Season 2 to lead some laps. He's got 15 under his belt from the first race.
And he's going to keep doing that here.
He's going to add to it.
A reminder for everyone, the stage is going to end at lap 34. So we are not going to go green flag for very much longer, as we have about 10 laps to go in stage 1. And
well, we didn't make it. We didn't even make it 10 laps before we had our first caution, right?
We did not. We're going to have to see if we can go green until then. Of course, going green brought to you by the American Foundation for Cancer Research. I'm just kidding. That's stupid.
Wow. That
Malcolm
you actually said
Buckaloo is going to catch up to the 84 here. He has... Oh, trouble in the back!
Oh.
Waffle is around. And it looks like he's going to be okay. Some damage to the rear, but other than that, I think he's... Oh, my God!
That looked like it was on purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to look at that one again.
22 of Big... Oh, my God!
Oh, my...
I just hope Waffle's okay.
We up here in the booth just hope and pray that these kinds of incidents don't happen, but man, is it entertaining.
Let's take a peek. It's Chad Ripshit's going to push the 23 of Havana into the wall and into Waffle, and it looked like he was going to be... Viewer discretion is advised here if you don't want kids at home seeing this. The 22...
200 to 0.
Here is the 23. Just clips Wah. He's going to go into the wall. 23 is going to just grind up a little bit. She's going to be okay, though.
Some frustration possibly from the 69 car.
Here is...
Seems a bit aggressive.
Long Branch Johnson! Oh, my God.
You hope these drivers are okay. Absolutely is no place in racing for this kind of a thing.
Waffle
we hate to see it.
Backs his car up into oncoming traffic, and Big Chungus just does not take his foot off the gas.
Well, we couldn't make it those 10 laps, could we,
my
Ricky?
Fucking Jesus Christ. No, we could not.
Hopefully here we actually... we're not under caution for too long. I would imagine we've got some more pit stops coming up.
As we're going to race for the stage win now, so a very important moment of strategy here as the smoke is still building up on the front straight corner away, as the 2 of Vinny Jim Pertins is going to put himself into a position to win the stage, as he's not going to pit we're going to have to see what the strategy looks like moving forward from the two.
Ricky, I've got a question for you here. So we
yes.
saw his teammate Chad Ripshit cause a lot of this.
That
this whole
did look like
caution
it was
right
his
now.
fault. Yes.
Now we see Vinjimps out front here, leading the pack just before stage.
That is.
Do we think
collusion?
there could be some collusion, some causation?
Perhaps the South Chicago Packing Company racing team with a few cards up their sleeve, if you will. We're gonna have to see what happens.
Hopefully the league
here.
will be able to get into the radio comms of this race and make some determinations after the end of it, because there may be some hammers that need to be put down after this one.
This race is very much on par with the whole Vegas personality, as the 72 is having some trouble on pit road, but it looks like that team is going to finish working on that car. And he is going to get off and, pardon me, I'm so sorry. They are going to get off and running here. Phoenix Raven Daddy issue, of course, in the 72 car. The 2 has just put himself into a key position to win the race win the stage, pardon me. Richard McCocklebutter as well did not pit there. The 9 of Bumberdick also stayed out. So 5 points on the line here. It's going to be a shootout. The 7, I believe, actually went a lap down there, but I think he's going to be okay.
The cars aligning themselves here, getting ready for... Did you say 34 was our stage?
30, I think. It might be
34,
to be honest. So I think there's like 3 or 4 laps to go. Well, I will find out.
3 or 4 laps. It will be a shootout real quick here for these few laps here before stage, but
stay green. Phoenix Raven Daddy issue just went over the radio and said yes, and I think that is awful. The 2 of Vinny Jim Pertins is immediately under fire by the 9 of Bumberdick. Can Richard hold that outside corner heading into turn number 2?
Ricky, you a fan of the new the TikTok trends these days? You
know, my kids, before my wife took them away from me just recently, earlier today, they loved it. And every day I would come home from the booth and they would say, Dad, come do the folks and the Macarena or whatever they're doing these days.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought it was cringe baby aids, but they're my kids. Were my kids. I don't have them anymore.
You can call them cringe baby aids now because they're not yours anymore.
Can the 2 continue to lead and pick up 5 stage points? Or will the 9 of Bumberdick take the lead? Here we go, last lap of the stage. Looks like the 9 is going to sneak to the inside and take the lead away from the 2. Another possible big win for Bateman Motorsports coming up here.
Yeah, well, the 9 of Jay Bumberdick actually jumped up, 11 spots after the previous race?
Yeah.
A stage win for him here would be electric.
Coming to the line, the 9 of Bumberdick will take the stage here at Vegas.
Wow. The McCocklebutter brothers also jumping up in the front of the pack here.
Let's not overshadow it there, Jeremiah. Congratulations to the 9 of Bumberdick for Bateman's first, I guess you could call that, achievement in the 4-wide sim league after a year and a half of racing.
Well, if you're part of the Bateman Motorsports crew here, you just hope that he can keep it up for the second half of the race.
We're going to have to see, and we're going to have to see if we can go green, too, if we can keep the cautions away, as pit road will be open again, and you can see clearly that the 9 and the 2 are going to come down and get some new tires and perhaps some gas. I just want to welcome those coming from the Palm Summer League Series who are switching over after that race just ended. Gulius Boozler finished P7 at their race today in the Great Lakes of Michigan. They were racing underwater. Gulius Boozler, of course, was a prospect for Bateman Motorsports. We're gonna have to see what happens with him.
Any news or updates related to that? I haven't heard.
No, I think really they're kind of just gauging what's going on with Malcolm Buckaloo and the 5, and just kind of seeing what's going to happen. Of course, he was late to the track for initial testing and initial practice, so we're going to have to see.
The 5 of Buckaloo through these 2 past races didn't DNF for either of them, but didn't even place in the top 15 for either of them as well. So he's been having a slow start for season 2. A newcomer, of course, but one that we certainly looked forward to seeing during these races here in season 2. It'll look like we've got the 84 car, the 75, and is that the 74 of Craps McGee
It
there in
is.
third? All right.
Jeremiah, I'm getting news from Sunrise Hospital and Medical Center just down the way here. Waffle has broken his neck,
Oh, no.
and he will be in a brace for the foreseeable future. And it looks like he also popped a testicle on that spin as well. Big
That is
Chungus is in a coma as well. So
Wow.
trouble for 2 of those teams. Long Branch Johnson walked out of the car and is sipping beer on the infield.
Just absolute carnage here in Vegas, but we're going green.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, as this green flag is brought to you by Great Clips. Great Clips. We'll get you right. We'll get you a nice boozy fade. You ever heard of that? A boozy fade?
No, is that another
I
TikTok
think
trend?
might
Is
be
that
a TikTok trend.
the thing the kids say these days?
Dick McCocklebutter with a god-awful restart. You know, he's punching himself in that stock car right now as the 69 was able to make the save. Richard's on the apron. Slows Richard down a good amount. He kind of... That was weird. I don't know why he did that. But a good save from the 69 of Richard. Potato after... He doesn't know what happened to Wah yet, but you can tell he's a little bit upset with what happened with the 22 of Chungus. As
the 11 car hasn't been doing too much this season either, so that'd be great to see him up in the front of the pack.
Running P3. See what they can do. What a beautiful track. Gorgeous track.
Good day for racing. Good day for racing, huh?
I am still violently hungover.
It's a shame all these drivers are just out to kill each other today.
something
Something in the air.
Whoa! The 84 almost got spun by the 9.
The 9, some old history between those two maybe coming into play.
They've always been on relatively good terms, I would like to say. But of course,
competitive.
On the
racetrack,
racetrack,
of course.
Friendships disappear quite fast, as we have learned. 5 of Buckaloo is going to continue to lead. He's trying to save his ass, because we all know his job is on the line right now.
Oh, we see the 69 right in front of the 84. We got some veteran drivers here from 3 to P6.
Potato's going to fall off just a little bit here, but we are single file now, as we can try and gain some speed here. 69 of Ripshit, of course, won at Talladega last year. He's been decent. He's been pretty good. He's been known to cause problems, but he has been running that car the best that he can.
Ripshit, pretty slow start to the season. He's actually a P16 at the moment, right on the cusp of playoffs, right? Top 16, getting into the playoffs for the first round. So he's currently holding the spot to beat.
Buckaloo is now running away with this one just a little bit here, as we know that those cars can, in fact, be caught at a track like this.
Well, that's the strategy, of course. We saw earlier in the race that, wow, look at that lead. These leads are cut short because of the cautions, but, you know, these guys need to get into single file, get some drafting going, and get some speed to catch up to the 5 car, because he is fast right now.
Really good news for the Bateman Motorsport fans out there, as finally, after, what has it been, 13 races, they start to see a little bit of success here after Jay only led 2 laps last season at Talladega.
Some momentum possibly for the Bateman Motorsports crew, so you'll have to see that. Oh. These noises in the booth sponsored by Carrots. Typically, you don't want to see them in throw up. How you feeling there, Ricky?
The Phoenix Raven Daddy issue is about to go to lap down. Or multiple. I don't know. The 2 and the 69 teammates there trying to catch the 5. Will they be able to do it? Time will tell. They have brought that lead down quite considerably, as the 72 is going to move high on the track. And he will block the 69, unfortunately, but that's racing. The 9 and the 5 separated by the 2. We have not seen much of Bateman Motorsports racing next to each other. This is exciting.
Very exciting stuff.
Almost as cool as Richard and Dick racing next to each other at Daytona.
Almost.
As the 9's going to kind of push the 2 to the lead here, actually. Then he's going to get up to the track and push his own teammate now.
Well, Ricky, we were right about this race being a little bit volatile before we even started seeing it. I was kind of thinking there was going to be a lot of lead changes. There was going to be some new names up in the front. So this is good to see. Both of the South Chicago Packing Company Racing drivers haven't seen that much action. They both DNF'd in the first race of the season. So seeing them up in the front is actually, it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see the Bateman Motorsports crew up front as well.
The 9 and the 5 working together to build a lead. You really love this. Love moments like this. As the 2's going to come back into play, and looks like the 9's going to give up on his teammate of Buckaloo, and he will assume the lead. So Bateman's still up front. Yeah, still out in front here.
You need a shot? I get one for us, right? Somebody get me some tequila, please.
As this moment in time is brought to you by the South Point Casino in downtown Vegas. South Point Casino. Lose all of your money and your wife and your home and your pride all in one night. Yeah, let me get that.
Oh, here you go. Ricky has entered a somewhat comatose state next to me. Oh, he's back.
The Ricky, 9 of Bumper Dick building a sizable lead here with about 17 laps to go at Vegas Motor Speedway. This has been a fun one.
Well, we start to see a little bit of cooling off for the last few laps of this race, and hopefully we can see it green here for the rest of it. But it's almost looking like if you're in the back of the pack, you might want to start some trouble and get a caution going, because these guys up in front are just running away with it.
Are you saying that these drivers should intentionally cause a caution to bring the race back together?
I am.
That's
not like we haven't seen it before.
The 48's going to slow down the 9. And here comes the 5 once more, battling the 2 for P2. 69's going to get involved, and there he is, the 84 of Dick McCocklebutter. He's still hungry after his winless streak is up to 12 races now, after he won at Daytona in the inaugural 4-Wide Sim League race.
Yeah, we see Soupy Trousers there, a name we haven't heard too much this season as well, because the entirety of Quandale Diggle Racing's team just has been performing so lackluster this entire season. Currently, Dingle Jr.'s taking up the last spot in standings. All 3 of those members on that team are in the bottom 16, so looking like a trend that will continue this race as well.
As folks, after this race, get an all-new episode of The Simpsons coming up right after this. I'm shocked they're still even making that show.
I didn't even know they were.
Following The Simpsons, of course, is Modern Family, as the gay couple gets gayer in the most recent episode. Why, I do not know.
That's kind of impressive.
What a day for the 9 of Bumperdick.
Yep, that's the one. Yep, the 9
has been racing that car.
Still taking his lead out front.
After... Go ahead.
Yeah, pole win, which is pretty cool for him last race. Finished within the top 15 as well, of course. He did well. So...
What would a win mean for Jay and Bateman Motorsports right now?
Here's the thing. With the new system, the way that the points kind of were changed up a little bit, a win
Green
is...
flag pit stops have also begun. I just noticed that.
I see, yeah. The win is the most important thing you can possibly get. And, of course, with Bumberdick sort of being at E6 right now, that could skyrocket him even above, Kockelbacher Racing, the two in front of him. And, of course, Bateman Motorsports has been a monumental team, for the entirety of the Four Wide Sim League's existence. So getting some trophies, getting some wins, some rewards for them would be a fan favorite thing to see.
As it's going to be interesting to see when the 9 and the 2 come in for pit stops. A lot, as you can see, the 5, the 69 coming off now. They're going to be on fresh tires and probably some gas. The 11 of Potato as well. It's going to be interesting to see, as the 9 and the 2 are going to continue to run green flag laps here. Questionable to see how much they have left in the tank.
Well, 9 laps left here. Before this race is done and dusted, and we're out of Vegas. Hopefully for the foreseeable future, because
I might just as well stay here.
And you might as well. Well, you don't have anywhere else to go.
You're very right. I am going to be living in the casino after this one. Bateman Motorsports continues to lead as the 9 approaches the lapped car of Mac Tonight, who I'm also receiving word was not responsible for the deaths that happened just 2 nights ago.
Not. Keyword is not responsible.
The 7.
We should probably make it clear that nobody was in custody at all.
Nobody was in custody.
Nobody.
Nobody showed up with broken handcuffs on.
No, nobody.
And nobody has done anything wrong ever. Okay.
The Four Wide Sim League is spotless.
It always has been. It always will be.
Track.
I'm curious to know where Subway is.
Well, do we really need to know?
I would like to know.
I would like to know as well. Curiosity killed the cat, though. So
the 9 going to extend that lead over the 2, as the 2 was stopped by Mac Tonight's 3 car. It's not over. It's anyone's race, really. Green flag pit stops are going to be a huge teller. Well, I mean, I don't even know if the 9 can make it all the way. I'm pretty sure he's going to have to come in at least once more. But what a day it has been for him. Dominant performance.
Absolutely.
And here he comes.
There it goes.
Richard McCocklebutter will assume the lead now. Never mind, he's down pit road. The 2 car is going to come off. So the 2 car, what he has to do now is he has to get around the track and pass Bumberdick and the 76 of Richard McCocklebutter to get the lead, as he's going to try getting up to speed as quickly as possible to make that pass and contend for the win.
I wonder how many DNFs we had so far. It looks, dare I say, like a third of the field is no longer racing with us.
I believe so. There are 18 cars currently running laps.
Nearly half of the field then.
Here comes the 2. Is he going to get past the 9, the 76? The 9 is starting to get up to speed. Will the 2 contend? Well, you know what they say.
Nope.
Just slipping in.
Okay, well, that's my line. I just spilled my liquid IV all over my pants. Jeans, actually.
Will the 2 be able to catch up to the 9? The brothers are racing next to each other now. You see the field go by.
74. David Mahan taking up the way back.
He actually did, in fact, get that hooker the other night. So good on him.
Yeah,
he did have some fun. We are all happy for that old geriatric. As the 9's going to be slowed down by the 7, who has had a troublesome race thus far, but he's done a good job to try and remain on the lead lap, as he's going to fight to not go a lap down. But this is going to give the 2 an opportunity to catch up with 3 laps to go here at Vegas.
Well, Ricky, I'd honestly say it's a win if you just finish this race. This race has been nothing but carnage.
It has been a battle royale, as this race is brought to you by Fortnite. I heard they're reverting back to Season 1 in a few days.
Time travel.
And I think that's pretty cool. I wonder what Tyler Ninja Blevins is doing now.
Who knows? And who cares?
What a race it has been for the 7, as he has merely survived to get to this point. But let's be real here. The white flag's in the air. The 9 of Bumberdick has 1 lap to go to achieve his first 4-wide Sim League victory. And you got to think that this team is feeling proud of themselves right now.
Absolutely. This is the
After
moment they've all been waiting for.
all of the adversity, all of the hardships faced not making the playoffs last year. But today, at Vegas, the 9 of Bumberdick is your winner. His first career win in his time at the 4-wide Sim League.
Congratulations to the Bateman Motorsports Racing team. They have to be ecstatic for this guy.
Well, it
They
took
have to be.
him 13 races, and he has been racing that car as hard as he possibly could for the past year and a half. And finally it pays off. I could not be more proud of this kid as a driver, as a person. He has done nothing but impress me, and I am just so very proud of that 9 team for their win today.
We see 3 full teams here in the top 6. I believe it was South Chicago Packing Company Racing, the Cockelbacher Racing Team, and Bateman Motorsports.
As this race was less of a race, more of a survival for a lot of these drivers, as we are going to keep note on the conditions of the drivers that were involved in accidents today. Of course, Atlas, Peabody, Waffle, Big Chungus, Long Branch Johnson. We hope that they are okay. But in the meantime, the 9 of Bumberdick with some celebration here at Las Vegas as he finally brings that 9 into victory lane.
Do your thing, 9. Do your thing. Well deserved.
It has been a long time coming, and the first taste of victory for Bateman Motorsports. Hopefully, more things to come, as that 9 is going to burn it down at Vegas.
Wow. Incredible race today, Ricky. I'm speechless.
Folks,
I don't know what to say.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's presentation of the 4-wide Sim League. It's time to go back to the casino. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we will see you next time when the 4-wide Sim League takes on the Charlotte Roval. Jeremiah, would you like to say anything to the viewers?
Have a shot for me.
Good night, everybody.